Okay, so now we're going to learn how to synchronize our video assets, files, with our audio files. So in this project we have two cameras that we used for the interview as well as an external audio recorder where we could monitor the audio and ensure we were getting the best possible audio. So in our A-roll folder, we'll just start by opening up our Synchro 1 sequence. And for this, we're just going to take the first part of our interview and synchronize our video tracks. So let's go in. So in the wide shot, we have 8879 and 8880. So we know that 8879 is the first part of our interview. We have a 16-minute clip here. So we're going to just take that and drag it. Take it and drag it right into our timeline, and we'll close that bin, and we'll go into the tight, and here we have 8036 and 8037. So we'll take this first one and we'll take that and drag that one into Synchro 1 as well. Okay, so now here we have our two tracks, and you can turn your eyeball on and off to see what each one looks like. Unfortunately, it looks like not so bad there, but when Vanessa leans forward, we're a little bit hot on the forehead, something to point out. Okay, anyway, regardless of all of that, we will now take this audio and drop that in. So what we have is one audio track. So the audio is 25 minutes, so that actually went the entire length of the interview. So now to synchronize these, what we're going to do is just with our arrow tool here, or our selection tool, key command V, we will draw a marquee box around all of those tracks to ensure they're selected. And then we will control click, and down here you're going to get this little helpful thing called Synchronize. And we click that and make sure that your synchronize point is set to audio and click OK. Now what Premiere Pro is going to do for you is it's going to analyze the digital waveforms of all of these tracks, and it's going to attempt to sync them up. Now, when we recorded it, we did have her clap her hands 3 times in front of her face, and we can use those claps to manually sync it up. But if Premiere Pro can do this process for us, then that's amazing. Let's just mute these two audio tracks first, and just so we can see how close we are to getting our audio here synced with our video. So we'll get to a point where she's chatting. Not yet. I'm still talking. Okay, so that one looks good. Let's turn off the top track, which is our tight one, just so we can view the bottom, and we'll play that. Alright, and that's looking good too. So we're all synchronized up. Now, one thing we can do here is, because we're not going to use these two audio tracks, we can get rid of them. But if you notice, when you click on the video, it automatically also selects the audio. And that's simply because those tracks are linked. So we're going to go over here and use this button, linked selection, and we'll just click on that to unlink. So that's going to unlink everything in our timeline. So now we can select video and audio tracks independently, and we can just delete them. Delete, delete, and we will simply move up. Here, make sure we didn't. Oh, that's muted, so we'll turn the mute back on. And just make sure we didn't knock it out of. Okay. So that looks good, still synced up nice. And if we want to now, we can select them all, control click, and we can link those selections. So now what we have, wait a minute, we need to turn that button back on, and then what we have here is these all selected so that we can't accidentally unsync them. Alright, so that's how you sync that selection. Let's do the exact same thing to our second part of the interview. I'm going to do it in a new sequence, just sort of staying organized here. So I go in and I select the second wide track, and I drag that into my timeline. And then I select the second tight track and I bring that into my timeline, like so. And you guessed it, I'm going to do the same thing now with the audio track. Select them all, control click or right click, synchronize, audio, OK. And once again, Premiere Pro will go to work and synchronize all of this for me. And now what we notice, let's just shrink this down, is indeed the camera parts towards the end are towards the camera parts, or the visuals here, the video tracks are now towards the end versus over here. And we'll just shrink this one down. There we go. So that's the beginning. So we have these two different synchronized pieces, but this is the same. So that's an interesting development. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to unsynchronize or unlink the audio and the video, and I'm going to delete these audio tracks. And I'll carefully move this one up so as not to unsync them.
It's like incest. It's like incest.
And I did. Okay, try it again.
It's like incest.
Okay, bad line to be doing this on, but we'll cue it up.
It's like incest.
There you go. Okay, and of course we can now go in and link all of these. Control click, synchronize. Whoops, my bad. I want to link them, not synchronize them. Link, and now click that button, and they are all linked. Perfect. One last thing that we're going to synchronize is the song that she did over in the B-roll selection. So we haven't even created in here. I don't think we've even created a sequence for that, so we have to create a sequence first. So we'll just go control click on the first image and new sequence from clip, and then we'll go in and just go ahead and rename that sequence synchronized song, maybe something like that, just to let us know what it is. Okay, we need to add the tight shot in there as well, and there it is. And the audio from the audio recorder, same thing, select all, control click or right click, synchronize, audio. And Premiere Pro, of course, goes to work and synchronizes all of our audio. Perfect, there it is. So we can see how we did. Oh, there's the claps.
Is that right? No.
So it looks good. Same thing now. I can unlink them. And I know, well, actually, you know what? Just out of curiosity, I'm going to leave those ones there for now. And we're not going to touch this until we get back to B-roll later. So there you go. That's how you synchronize your clips. And we will, in the next video, learn how to start editing them in this story track.